Oh man, gentlemen, I am here to rant about how Unreal Engine 5 is ruining my gameplay experience.
Get a better PC.
You're a broke bitch.
I also cannot run Engine 5.
I'm playing an
Oh
Unreal
my
Engine
gosh.
5 game right now. Fuck you guys.
Wow, this dude.
Let me boot up Satisfactory. I can run that one.
I play Tekken.
Is
It's
that
like
on
the least intensive.
It might not be 5. I know they ported Unreal a few episodes ago.
So, Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine has been used for quite a bit now. And I was around for like whenever the trailer released for Unreal Engine 5, and I saw those graphics, I was like, oh man. And everything seemed to be going okay, but now recently, as far back as like a few years back, all the games are starting to get all the more unoptimized. I remember telling this with at least Cayman and Aiden. I don't know about Will though, but Silent Hill 2 is notably one of the ones that I hate. The original PS2 Silent Hill 2, y'all know, I'm sure everybody knows about the remake. In the original PS2, the whole point of there being like a bunch of fog around the whole area was that the PS2 could not render all that at once. That was the point of the fog, so that you could only render the stuff in place. Well, with the Unreal Engine 5, they barely decided to optimize on that, and you can, if you actually put on some mods and console commands that just get rid of the fog, you can see that everything is just always rendered in, all the time, and it takes such a heavy toll on everything. There's definitely like an easy way to get around this. It's called fixing your shit, but
Crazy concept.
Yeah,
I know.
insanity.
Very crazy stuff. It's the whole thing about, I think it has to do with things getting more powerful. It calls less of a need to optimize your things, especially with PC, with how people just tweak the settings already. The only time that developers really need to optimize their games is whenever they need to port them onto consoles. And then most of the time, as long as it's like a single player game, they're more than fine with just leaving it at 30 FPS if that happens to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
You know, luckily there are a lot of cases where they do optimize their games sometimes, like how a lot of games just have a performance mode and then a quality mode, swapping between like 4K or if you want 60 FPS, which is good. Funny enough, that's like the most that I ever see these companies like invest time in terms of play testing, I swear.
But
I feel like another reason they don't optimize for consoles is because a lot of people have a preconception that consoles are just less powerful, so they just accept it.
Yeah.
They don't have to optimize it as much because people don't care.
it is down to optimization, and the best example of that is the Switch port of No Man's Sky. You can pretty much...
That guy scares me. Those devs are insane.
Yeah. Though it takes a lot of time to optimize and a lot of money to optimize, and I think that's the main reason they don't, because, let's be honest, most game companies are greedy scumbags right now.
A lot of it just comes down to time. Yeah, I agree. And then just once something releases, you know, it's not like they're gonna pay the developers to keep working on it unless it's something as bad as just a major flaw bug. Optimization is something they will not continue to support. If it's a single player game, that is. If it's a multiplayer game, they'll probably fix it.
And
They're usually pretty okay with that.
I thought you deleted
We're gonna
this.
need to at least make it mediocre at best.
And
With the live services, you know, no live service game ever just releases, you know, a game and then they just let people do it. No, every game's got to have a season 1 going on, and then next season's got to add new content, and thereon and thereafter.
yeah, a lot of that is like big companies just refuse to delay games, and Sega is a big offender of this, I guess.
Yeah. How so?
They don't delay games.
No, they do delay games. Or no, sorry, they don't delay games. My bad. You're right. I'm I'm tweaking. My biggest example I can think of right now is every Sonic game, like Sonic 06 is a big offender of this because they just refused to delay that game, and that's why they were trying to meet the like anniversary deadline. So the game was completely unfinished when it released because Sega would not let them delay it. And then it almost happened again and killed the franchise. I might be wrong about this, but I heard that I'm pretty sure I read that the director of Sonic Team for Sonic Frontiers was willing to risk his job just to get an extension on Sonic Frontiers because he knew after the poor reception of Forces that if this game didn't do well and get positive reception, that the Sonic series was done and Sega would stop supporting it. It happened around a time when Sega was mainly pushing all their money into games like Yakuza.
Whoops. Yeah, that's such a crazy story.
It is. Props to him.
Yeah.
It did end up...
It is. I agree. It is a very big problem where AAA companies really can't. They really can't nor don't want to delay a title, especially in the case of AAA companies. Indie devs, they have a lot more leeway since they don't have a higher up constantly on their shoulders.
Yeah.
Which we can talk more about later.
Yeah.
And then they just get their fans going insane, like Silksong.
But I think we have deviated off our initial topic here.
Yes, right.
Yeah,
so the point is, the unoptimization thing would not be as bad if it was a come and go thing with just a few titles.
Yeah.
And especially if it wasn't AAA game companies. It's the problem that like Unreal Engine 5 is one of the most popular game engines out there. And to make matters worse, it is like the easiest engine you can get your hands on. It's literally just on Epic Games Launcher. You can download it. You can start getting it right away. All the proceeds go to you for like the first $1 million in sales that you receive.
I know
I'm 90% sure that's it.
I know very many fan games and mods of games that use Unreal as a base. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really easy engine. It's a really easy engine to access. Use, that's a different story. But the point is that, you know, just the big release of a bunch of games coming out on Unreal Engine 5. I tried playing this game that Will said I should try playing called Avowed. I couldn't get past the first minute of it because the optimization settings were so terrible. I messed with it for like half an hour. I had like one problem where I literally had all the settings on low. You could literally see polygons, and I'm not even getting 16 FPS. And then there's another case where it's just a bunch of stuttering. It was just absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Could not even finish it. And I was so excited. The game preps you up. It gives you like this cool cinematic. It makes you create your character. And then that all went out the window.
Yeah,
I was so sad. It's a game made by Oblivion Entertainment too. So I was really excited to give it a try. Sebastian, stop knocking my stuff over.
Say hi to Sebastian.
So if you knock over my PS3 again. And then
a bunch of games that are unoptimized.
And then the newest encounter, the Oblivion remaster.
Yeah.
Smooth transition.
Oh man, I hate that because I didn't want a smooth transition, and this is why. I was looking through Sega games that use Unreal Engine 5, and I stumbled across I Am Jesus Christ Prologue.
What?
We're still waiting on that sequel.
I don't know what this is.
The movie was better.
Okay, that is all. Carry on.
So, I actually purchased the Oblivion remaster earlier today.